Hi everybody, welcome back to FTB Ultimate Reloaded, episode 16 with me, Sid. And first things first, apologies for not streaming at the weekend. As I said, I wasn't feeling 100%. Now, thanks for everybody who wished me well. I wasn't actually feeling ill, I just wasn't feeling 100%. And you know, at the end of the day, if I'm not feeling it, there's no point streaming, because you guys are going to be able to tell straight away that, you know, I'm not being myself. So that being said, heat exchangers and oil processing. This thing is a little bit more involved than I originally envisaged. Now we're going to need another 2 of these for the first thing, so that means I need another. I need some sticks. God damn it! Bang, and give me sticks. Right. In fact, give me a whole bunch of bloody gears, because I'm constantly running out of those. So heat exchanger requires us to make 2 of those, 4 of those in fact, because I want 2 lots of those, and that should make 1. And we need to get some iron out of block form. Yeah, so as I say, it wasn't so much that I wasn't feeling well, I just wasn't feeling it, whatever the elusive it actually is. So we got you. We also need our tank, which should be there, black hole tank. We're going to need a redstone engine. We're going to need several redstone engines actually, but you know, and we're going to need some levers. We're going to need more tanks than this, but that will do us for the time being. Let's take that with us, and we are definitely going to need a refinery. Well, we're going to need 2 refineries, I think, actually, but it's a distillery, isn't it? Now it's no longer a refinery, it's a distiller. So we're going to need to do that. Oh, hang on. Hang on, we have one. Now we are going to need some juice for that, so I'm going to borrow one of our magmatic dynamos. I don't think that will work as it stands, however. So we are going to go and borrow temporarily the changing system from the from here. We're going to have that out as well. This is complicated. This shouldn't surprise you at all, because of course, you know, you've already seen what this pack considers reasonable. But it is more complicated than I envisaged. And they have significantly complicated the fuel process, it has to be said. How are you doing? You should be okay. Oh, you're right. That seems suspect, but there you go. There was quite a lot of rubber in there. Anyway, we've got all of that. So we need to start off. We've got some wooden fluid pipe. That should be sufficient for most of what we want. Let us go and try and get the first stage of this going. We're going to have to bump start this a little bit with some jiggery pokery, just to get to a point where we've got the right kind of fuel types. And we are, as I say, going to need another distiller and so on and so forth. But if I think we should start here. I'm going to start here with the black hole tank, which has got 6,800,000, 6,800 buckets. Yeah, if that's buckets, if that's muddy buckets, then yeah, then we've got a lot of oil basically, and it's cool. This is the problem with it. So we are going to need to pop one of them on, followed by some of this. Now you know what, I'm a little bit close to the wall there, I think. Let's get ourselves a little bit more space. Let's come out to say here. We got space to play with, so we might as well not be stingy, eh? And we're going to stick you on there with 1, 2. Now you'll notice that's created that thing, but we can actually add another 2, which gives us a structure. And that is going to basically come straight into... Oh, I can't fly, can I? Of course. I'm so used to playing on packs where I've advanced to the point where well, I can fly, but my flight is definitely not that hot. So that basically will run a... Well, shall we pop you... we'll pop you there, I think. And we may need to rejig this, by the way. And that will go up. We'll pump oil up there. And I don't think we're going to really see much happen in the first instance. Let's just check it out. Because we need something hot coming this way. Let me just stop that for a moment. Now I have brought this to start off with, just to give us, oops, no, a head start. No, that's the wrong way. Oh, come here. Come here, you're fine. Have I got a wrench anywhere in any of these bags? Crescent hammer. Crescent hammer should probably work. There we go. And we shall do a bit of that with that and that. Now, lava, when it cools, can't form anything, so it will automatically just vent. And we don't want to use lava constantly like that. And I don't think we got anything out there, did we? I think we need to pop that on there, and we can stick you there, perhaps. Yeah, that's going in, and that has got hot oil in it. Now that should be enough for the time being. And we should also sleep, because it's this is not the safest place yet. I need to get it all lit up properly, but I need to also think how we're going to do this. So what we've got here is hot oil, and if I were to just for the time being pop you there, with you there and you there, we'll borrow that can come out now. Actually, we'll pop that back on again, and that, just so it can use whatever it's got in there. Now I don't know whether we're going to have enough of anything, to be honest. I would say not at this stage, so we probably take you out. We'll grab those shards of lava. We shall pop this here. No. Do a bit of oh damn it, rotate it, and we shall pop you on there, and that should now start producing 2 liquids, one at the bottom, one at the top, and with a little bit of luck we'll be good for the time being. Right, so armed with that, we're going to let that process through, and I'm also going to try we'll get a use for that soon. Just let that process. So you can use cool fuels. So cool oil can be burnt in a generator. Hot fuel can't. But when you heat the oil, you can then distill it. And this is giving us, now let me get this right, this is giving us mixed light fuel hot and heavy oil hot. Heavy oil, mixed light fuel. And we need to get that out, so we're going to need to again borrow you temporarily, because here's the nice thing. I do need more fluid pipe before I do this though. That's going to be a thing, isn't it? Oh, that top one's full. Okay, interesting. Do I need to do that in a certain order? I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? Worst case scenario, I have to not doing anything. Now I'm going to sit there and I'm wondering whether to mix and match a little bit here. Let me turn you off for now. I think that should do us. Let me just do a little bit of working out here and I'll be back in a second. Alright, just want to see, so this now, if I turn you on, is that working? Turn that on. Do I need to therefore, I'm trying these because I should have crescent hammered them, shouldn't I? It's quicker. Just because they are that little bit more what's the word I'm looking for here? Right, we need to crescent hammer that away. We definitely don't want that going in there. Damn it, I'm out of pipe. That is super annoying. However, it does have an internal inventory. Did I just see, or was that a B? Alright, I need, nope, that's definitely not playing nicely. Right, let me have a little bit more of a fiddle, because this is not being friendly and we're going to need more of this if it'll work. Be right back. Alright, that is working. I've swapped out the things for hoofers for doofer, and what we've got at this end is hopefully a hot light mixed fuel, which we are going to pump into a tank using, again, we'll just go with fluid ducts, I suppose, because they avoid the need for us to have that. So basically that is going in there. We're using, let's get this right, we have heated the now we've run out of fuel, of course, so we've heated the oil with an influx of lava to start off with, but now we can use the oil to cool down the light fuel. Now at this end we have got this heavy fuel still, and we probably need to sleep because it's getting dark, which is also hot, but we can actually make that hotter, or taking that up to searing, and we basically need to, if I get this right, we need to chuck that through another one of these. And how do I want to power that? Sorry, I'm kind of thinking out loud here, which is not always the best thing to do. We can run this, that will at least start making plenty of that. So basically this bit now is self-sustaining, and it's going to create us this stuff here, which if I can just get rid of you, and those, blob, and that one, because that's all taking up space. And maybe if I take you away temporarily, then we should be able to alright, they're half a bucket bit, oh, and a bit. Okay, well this is doing its thing, and we're getting this stuff at this end, which I don't think, I haven't got a bucket on me, have I? Oh man, a bucket will be really useful here. But this can just basically keep running, and that is a fuel we can actually now start using. Now the next thing we want to do is create another one of these. We'll let this run for a little while just on what it's kind of got, so we can, you know, take these down. But ultimately I want this running off power generated by all of these things, and that means we need to do 2 more sets of these. So that's my first mission. Let me charge up because there's something unpleasant outside. I think it's over that side. Yeah, let me have a look at that. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so we've got this stuff. Now we need to heat this up again. And to do that we are going to borrow some lava. We'll just flick that around, and we'll just use this again just to run the basics. So that is going to start, hopefully, taking some lava out. That will run through, hang on, that is right, isn't it? We need somewhere for that to go, don't we? That's right. So the lava will just come out as steam, but we need somewhere to take the searing thing. So let's just see if we can't get away with popping a tank on the top. No? We've just not got enough yet. Is that what's happening here? Let's leave this to go for a little while, see how we get on. But it may be that we've just not got enough of the hot heavy oil yet. In which case, it's no biggie. We'll just wait. See you in a mo. There you go. I was an idiot. It's basically needs to go in this end, not that end. This end we've got hot smoke. I've got no idea. Does that damage you? Yeah, no. It doesn't appear to damage, so that's good. Now we need to go back to this setup and this setup, and we need to place you back in there and put you as ignored. So that will go through here. And we have got an awful lot of searing hot oil. Now that needs juice. Now this is where we're starting to get into fun and games. Let me sleep. So we need to take, basically what we want to do is take this, refine it again. It's going to give me two outputs. One is going to be a fluid which we're going to run back through here to cool it back down to hot, and the other one we're going to void pipe, which is I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head now. However, this is empty, so we'll have you, and we'll take you out of the way. Now this I would actually like to swap around, which is a bit of a pain, because I don't know whether I can swap it without actually losing the contents of that. It's not the end of the world if I can't, but it would be better if it were on this side. So let us try that actually. Oh yeah, we haven't lost anything. We can pop you here, and if we're fast enough we should be able to get some of this going anyway. What do I do with this? I know, we'll stick it in the loot bag. That's as good a place as any for it, isn't it? Because that is your oil hot, which again, not the end of the world, but we do need that. And then we need to take this one, hang on, because this basically tidies up this area a lot, because we can pop you onto here, and that will be always on, and then we can the idea is to get this entirely self-sustaining, which, you know, should be feasible. But we're going to come out of here and across and down. We shall disconnect you, and we'll come down there and we shall disconnect you, and you will go into there. So that's getting us that fuel, which we will be using. We'll be pumping out the ground. That has taken us across to here. And we are going to need to do a MJ producer, a hoofer with a Watsamajig. We're going to pop that down like that. And we are going to disconnect that and take you away, and you are going to go. Probably should have done this another way around, but it doesn't matter. So that one now should start processing. That's the gunk, that's the stuff we want. Now the stuff we want, we are going to connect, and again we're going to disconnect that. We're going to disconnect that. That's going to go around there. And again, we shall pop you on there, and that can be on ignored. Now that should be almost out of lava there. There'll be a reasonable amount of lava. then, but I don't know what the hell happened. Oh, well. Hang on, that's going through. I don't know what the hell happened there. Sorry, I'm just gonna fragile. That should not be there. Oh wow, we've got all sorts of shards, haven't we? All right, let me just try and work out this mess, because I've got all sorts of stuff going on down here, and I'll be back in a mo. All right, so I've got a void pipe there, which should, but it's not. I don't know why. Damn you. Let's just try that again, just with the void pipe, and take you away. That's the only problem with these things. They automatically try and connect. They're always ever so helpful. That is not getting rid of the gunk. Why? Alright. So I think we're definitely going to need a fluid extraction pipe there. And that is going to go into a void. Oh, Christ, stop with the connecting. This stupid question. It doesn't need to be that. Actually it does. It's because it's going to be really hot. Can I just do that? It appears that I can. Means I'm going to need more servos, but oh, swine, stop it. Bloody connecting things. Right, so what we've got here, we've got lots of fuel, and we've got this thing coming out, and this thing here is basically this stuff, searing hot, fragile, dense fuel shards, or searing hot, fragile, dense fuel to its friends. And at this side, if I were to go and pop that, we would start to get the wrong thing again. This is starting to annoy me. Maybe no, because I don't know. I want this to be self-sustaining. I would like this to also, you know, connect properly to things, and not like that. So that would come out of there and into there for the time being, and we shall just pop you and we'll turn you to always on. Now the problem is there's nothing coming out that side. How do I kinesis pipes? Oh, I've just got so much of the shardy crap things in my inventory, is not going well. If I can just temporarily get some of that across, then we can move to the next thing, which is to cool this stuff down to cool again, where we can use it. Right now we can't use it at all, and yeah, I need to, I don't know what I need to do. I need to I do know what I need to do. I need to get some kinesis pipes. I think that's what they used to be called. Okay, let me try and work this one out. Say this. Do you remember when it used to stick oil into a refinery and get fuel out the other side? Yeah, me too. Anyway, let me sort myself out. Back in a sec. Okay, as a temporary measure, I've put this in here with a provider, and that is basically doing running both of these, and it is getting us the stuff at the other end, which is what we wanted. Now we have one more process we need to do, which is we need to take this through a further system where we are going to cool it further. So what we are going to do is we are going to get another one of these, which we are going to carefully, no, that's not going to work. We're going to sleep. And ultimately, these two fuels will be used in generators to generate the power for this system normally. Now you can see that all the juice is going here, and there's not as much juice going over there, that's fine for the time being. Once we've got the generators set up, we could probably even get them running for each other. However, we are going to go, again, this actually, it doesn't matter which order these come in, but we are going to bring a hardened pipe around there. We are going to disconnect you and disconnect you and get that back, pick up some more crap again, because that's how this thing bloody rolls. And we'll pop you back in and reconnect you. So that's the fuel, the fluid we want to actually cool. What we can do is ultimately get this into the system as well, but let's worry about one thing at a time. So that's what we ultimately want to cool. That's going to output to things. Now in this way, now this is where things get a little interesting. Well, more interesting, shall we say. Because we are going to whack a water condensator down here. And we are definitely going to need more servoage, so that's a thing. I also need to put some water either side of it, but fortunately we've got a river over here, so shouldn't have to travel too far to get a little splash. Who's there? Anybody? Why do I get the feeling there's somebody watching me? But there isn't. Okay. I think it's probably just because my brains are fried by doing this, to be honest. But that is fine. We'll grab another one, and that'll give us the full water condensating that we want. And I can definitely hear footsteps beneath me. So there's definitely something going on down there. But right now what we have got is a water condensator, and we are going to use normal fluid duct because this is cold water, but we do need a thing. We do need a thingy-mahoofer. I forget what it's called now. Servo. So I'm going to pull that together very quickly. I ran out of glass, so that was what we had. Let me grab that servo. That will allow me, I probably want 2 servos actually, because I've got to also pull the things. I also need normal fluid duct, because by the time that liquid gets across to here, it will be cold. So let me get some fluid duct done. This stuff will be fine for that, and then we just need some servos. And again, I would like to go with hardened just because they've got the extra speed. And, you know, that's it really. So if we take that, we should then be able to run that one through, and then all we need to do is come up with a source, a place to keep the fuel from that one. And that should put us in a position to actually use the damn fuel, which will be, well, good, obviously, because no one... So there's your water going in there. There's your hot stuff going over there. And we need... Let me get some tankage, and I'd like the tank... Let's just put the tank here for now. Any more tank? No, that's about it. So, but that's fine. We can grab some fluid duct here and come over there, and we'll grab you quickly and get that turned off because I really don't want that to break. And that can go to an always on status. No? Not going to play? Come on. This is... Hang on. The stuff we are cooling goes on the center. Oh, bum. Hang on then. We need to... I need to break this, I think, because I've just screwed it up. But that's fine, because we can put all of this in there. Yeah. Oh, bum. Yeah, just take the whole thing out. So we want it that way round. Battery, no, let's... Let me just sort this one out, be back in a second. Alright, I think I've got it. I apologise for the level of complexity. I didn't make the pack. I think if I had known how complex some of these things were, I would definitely probably not have picked it as a pack. So we have got this working fine. Now this is nearly full. We definitely need to get some more of those going. That one is nowhere near full, so perhaps we'll take one of those, for example. And if I can just get up there, we can bring this lot out of the roof, which I think will look reasonably interesting, because that's going to keep coming up, and we can get like a fairly big tank of that. Now there are other tank options available, if I remember rightly. We have the rather unimaginative black hole tanks. We have got, of course, iron and steel railcraft tanks, which will take vast quantities of fuel, but and then this one really currently is not making a huge amount, but it is. You have to remember, when you look at the actual quantities that are coming off, and the fact that that isn't really getting its fair share of juice right now, then you know we recognise that. Now I have moved this across one just to give us a little bit more wiggle room. This is definitely that's not right at all. Okay, let's get you disconnected if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Probably voiding all sorts of good stuff there. And that should be okay now, I think. We've got a little bit of this stuff. This is your cool. This is Let's have a look what we got. We've got quite a few blobs of stuff floating around here, so we do need to take account of these. So what have we got here? We have got a light fuel shard, hot, light fuel hot, light. These are all light fuels hot, I think. Then you've got oil, cool, 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 and cool. You've got dense oil, searing, and we've got that is searing as well. And then we've got lava shards, which, you know, will go elsewhere. But on the whole, I am happy enough with the progress this has made. Let me get you, because that will allow that to use those. Oh, and I got some water shards as well because I broke the tank. What I do need this to happen now is let me get these lava shards out for starters. I need to wind that down. This needs to be taken out of there. Now this is quite cool because the water comes in, and of course there's no hot water entry, so we get steam, or just this blast of steam, and this looks unpleasant at the moment. I will be the first to admit that, but you know, I'm not really that worried about whether it looks unpleasant or not. It's functional, and we have got fuels coming off, and we definitely need to improve this setup, because that's running and this one isn't, and I don't know if there's a way to prioritize these unless we bring it out the top and then split it out. But yeah, that's a problem for another day, I think. What we need to do though is I should be okay to start chucking some of these in, I think. And once that has done a little bit more, we should start to see that it will drop. Yeah, there you go. So we can get rid of the lava shards easy enough. The other shards, well, what have we got? Dense fuel shard searing. That needs to go through here. So that's one to deal with. Dense oil, fragile dense oil shard searing. They need to go through. Hang on. That needs to come in here. So we need to pipe you in there somehow. But we'll get rid of all these shards, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, we got it running. It's there. We still need to hook in some power for it, and if I can get back on the roof, I've just made a few more tanks which we will link in. I've got my screenshot for the episode, but it is working. I think that will do for that. It's definitely working, and the only real issue I have is the conductance of there. That is really not running that side of things, but ultimately this side is going to fill, because eventually there's going to be no space for anything to go into that side. So then this should get an opportunity to run that through. Now I don't know whether there is going to be any. That's the only real issue I see here, is that that thing is going full beans, but that one isn't. I don't suppose there's a huge amount we can do at this stage. All we can do is fill these up. Once we've got these running off of the generator, let's have a look at the. If we look at the fuel. So if we look at the dense fuel coal, we can run that in a thermal generator for 20,000 EU. if we look at the mixed heavy fuels, we've got 25. Fuel is 30. Mixed light fuels is 15. Gaseous is 40. Now, you know, we've got, I'm trying to think what we got here. We've got dense fuel, which is that one, so that's 20. And mixed light, which is that one, that's 35 per bucket. And most of it's going to come from that, so that's all good. But we'll see how this goes. This is a huge level of complexity when you compare it to what Buildcraft used to have, which was get the oil, run it through a refinery, out comes diesel, and I think it was creosote or bitumen or something. But essentially you had one very simple process, and this is, wow, it's way over. But I'm so glad I didn't try and do this on stream. That's all I can say, because it would have been horrendous. We're not shy on oil, so that's fine. This will fill long before that. This one, not so sure. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.